Pounders, we are live, and today we have with us Felix from Best Ball Nation. Welcome, my man.
How's it going, buddy?
So we're gonna crush another best ball draft because our last one came out so damn good.
It really
We are
did.
back to do it again.
Yeah.
Talk some free agency. Just today, we've had a couple things happen. Right, it's being shaken up a little bit. We just saw Robert Tonyan 1-year deal with the Bears.
Yeah, I saw that. That's pretty cool.
Who knows how impactful that'll be.
I know you're big on Komet.
Yeah, it's pretty big on Komet, but I don't know how much it'll affect that really. Komet's only 24 years old. I think he's going to be able to outplay Tonyan there. I know it's bad for Tonyan though. That's going to be a fact. Minshew 1-year deal with the Colts.
The Colts.
That's interesting. Now that might not be good for
no
Alec Pierce there. So we'll see what they do in the NFL draft.
But that's good for Jelani Woods.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm heavy on all the Colts just because their ADPs seem so good right now. Donta Foreman to the Bears for a 1-year deal. Don't really think that's going to hurt Khalil Herbert's stock as much as David Montgomery re-signing.
Right, yeah. That was awesome. And I actually kind of think it's not a bad fit for David Montgomery with keeping Swift like his deal because David Montgomery is going to get hurt. So it actually might bump his – it'll be nice to see Swift go backwards.
Yep.
And be able to take that that value of it.
That's one way to think of it. I think it's tough, right? Because David Montgomery and Jamal Williams are two different players. Jamal Williams is going to be that guy that's inside the 5-yard line. And he's not really going to be out there on third down, third and longs, where David Montgomery really can.
Yeah.
So
it has to be
I don't think it's good for Swift.
It definitely has to be an injury related, to get any attraction for him.
Yeah. Yep. That's I think the biggest news from most recently. We weren't on live earlier today at noon.
Yeah, I saw that.
Your man Slayton. That's what I want to bring up. Slayton, 2-year deal. He got big money. So that should sort of tell us at least he's going to have a pretty big role. If he got 2 years, $12 million, maximum value of 16.5. But they signed Paris Campbell as well on a 1-year, $3 million deal.
And they definitely play a similar role. So it definitely can be a hindrance to his performance. But I think what they want to do is just have at least one person running a fly, at all times.
Yeah.
Being the Gabe Davis of the team.
I honestly am feeling like all Giants pass catchers are fades.
Yeah.
Hodgins been saying it.
But Daniel Jones is not a fade. I feel like Daniel Jones' stock went up. But 100%. I agree with you that all the receivers are downgraded for sure.
100% agree.
Still gonna take the 20th round Slayton because it's he's what you want. He's just a 2 for 120 and a touchdown. Something stupid.
And you're getting him for free.
Yeah.
The contract, I will say, is telling. They're not giving him $12 million for nothing. Where they bring in Paris Campbell, who's only getting $3 million on a 1-year deal. But Paris Campbell's young. He just has the injury issues. Again, they re-signed Sterling. They have Hodgins. Richie James is out the door. Undraftable at this point. Not that I have 0% Richie James. I think a Russell Gage, if you're looking for a floor play, my streamers know that. Russell Gage at 239, absolutely free. Fancy Dysfunctional, welcome to the live stream. Benjamin May, J5704, Josh TX, what's up? Dennis, what's up, my man? All right.
I don't know which one he's on. Is he on mine or is he on yours? I can't tell.
They're on something. We're streaming to all places. We're streaming to Mars. I think Elon's got the stream right now. EJ, what's up, my man? Says, I met Tom Brady today.
That's awesome.
Must have been at a golf tournament or something.
No, he was at the retirement party.
Oh, was he? No way.
Yeah.
That's wild. That's absolutely wild. So let's pop it up here. Let's see what we got. This is it's about 70% full now. 69.1% full.
That's a good day to do it. 69 is a good percentage to do it.
We are almost there. All right. We'll give it the old countdown for everybody. Give everyone a chance to get the board ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going in. Waiting on 8 people. This is going to be a Pounders Best Ball Nation draft.
Oh, yeah.
For the ages. It's going to be an absolute.
Did you see how fast that filled the first ones?
And we're on the back end.
It's going to be a Dennis with the 101, of course.
Okay, at least we get 11 and not 12.
A bunch of red badges in here.
Honestly, sometimes I think it helps when people know how to draft. Sometimes you can get better value that way on positions like quarterbacks, like a Joe Burrow will fall a little bit typically.
Yeah.
Players like that, pocket passers.
Yeah, if we can get some likes and some subscribes, I'm sure that over at the Pounders would appreciate it. I'll certainly appreciate it.
Hell yeah. Give my man Felix a subscribe for sure. The $1 million man.
Cat's over here grinding until he has a baby. Grinding.
Yeah,
is on the grind all day.
True. 2 weeks out. What's this? Man, this is draft day 25 of 26 days. We've been definitely grinding. But got to max these out, and I want to do as many as possible on the live stream.
Yeah.
You know, for the people. You got to do it for the people.
Elam's joined as well. Oh, yeah.
JJ at the one spot.
Definitely drafted with Stanky Leg before.
Okay.
I've seen you draft with KC Connection. Or I've seen somebody draft with him.
Yes. Yeah. He usually does do the KC Connection thing. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not just a front.
Yeah, Fugaze, yeah.
Dennis is in the one spot. Randstand. Too Cool Rad. Josh TX. Try Again Chump looks familiar. And the guy in the 12 spot.
The 12 spot definitely familiar.
Hamlin Sports. Yeah. I'm glad we're at least the 11 versus the 12.
Yeah.
To me, it makes a difference.
It does, because you can still work off the person in 12.
I
feel like if you're in the 12 spot, you're setting the tone for the rest of the draft, kind of, though, at the same time. Like, you get to decide whether it's going to be no receivers on the comeback or it's going to be or running backs.
You also don't have any positional advantage at the 12 spot, right? Like, you can't use any leverage. Like, if he has two QBs already and we want a QB, we can just put it off to the next pick, like stuff like that. Small tricks. We're seeing Kelsey fall a little bit.
That is nice. I really don't think that his spot was really going to hold there at 4. It didn't make sense. 6 to 7 makes sense.
Yeah.
I personally think I'm around 8 or 9, but
yeah, I'm at 7 or 8. I just got him at 7 the other day. It's my 4th Kelsey share out of 104 drafts. So I definitely want around 4 or 5%. You don't want 0% of the guy. But again, it's tough. You see Hill, his ADP is at 5.5, Kelsey at 5.1. So he is catching up. He will take over the 4 spot eventually. So drafting him in this 5, 6, 7 early, it's a small change, but it's a plus EV play.
Yeah.
Diggs goes at 7. JT at 8. Definitely not typical, but it's not like it's wrong.
No.
We get to the 12 spot here. We had all the wide receivers were gone.
Yeah, I was really hoping for
AJ Brown. I'm all over AJ Brown over Devontae.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind actually going CeeDee Lamb here over Devontae Adams.
That's fine. Yeah. That Jimmy G little bit nervous because one, he's always hurt. So who's the backup right now? Like nobody.
Right. The other thought is if Schultz leaves this offense, how many targets open up? It's quite a bit of targets.
Well, he's gone. There's no way they're paying him with Pendershot and Ferguson there.
Unless that's what Jerry was saying was just trying to bring his price down. Like, sorry, it is a business. He's an important piece of our team, but
they tagged the other guy. Oh man, ASB. That's my other guy.
Would have liked Garrett Wilson here, but
I mean,
Garrett Wilson went at 9.
Yeah.
I mean, Eckler's not bad. I think it might be a little different start to do these two, though.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of combinations of these two wide receivers
You're not wrong.
Would be there.
That seems good to me.
It was yesterday. We did 3 drafts, and on the 12 spot, instead of taking the best 2 running backs available, we actually took the second 2 out of the 4. So how many people are going to start Bijan Saquon instead of just typically they're going Eckler Bijan or JT Bijan? So we just took the back 2, and I think that's another way to get different. While
flipping the second round, like just take whatever 23, the 23rd ranked receiver or whatever, versus
you're
not losing too much value, and you're going to have a different board. And what if that's the order you needed?
Right. I think it's just an interesting way to go in this back end of the draft if it does go all receivers.
Well, that's how I won how I won the million. I was taking because Chris Godwin, Cooper Kupp, and Jamar Chase were all going in the same area. Well, I wanted all 3 of those guys, so I would have to go like a round early, get one of them, and then like hope for the back turn I'd get the other 2, and that's like what I ended up doing.
Now, how do you like? Because the Milli was on DraftKings, right? And that's full PPR.
Yeah, and how all their bonuses and stuff.
The bonuses, which I love. We play by those same exact rules in my home league that I'm a commissioner of. Same exact DraftKings rules. Before even DraftKings was a thing. How do you like Underdog's platform versus DraftKings and the scoring?
Well, I won $1 million on DraftKings, so I'm biased.
No bias.
So there may be bias, but I like the more scoring, the better. Like it makes it more entertaining. I like it, and it makes like the comeback or the extra, like the extra 2 yards versus 1 less yard. It's a 4-point difference. That's big, when it comes down to the championship.
That's so wild. So wild. I do like the bonuses too. It adds a lot more strategy and figuring out who hits those 100-yard bonuses as well.
It's not about the touchdowns. It's about like their overall game.
Right. Obviously, touchdowns being more important in the half-point PPR, no bonus. Yeah, definitely.
Which is why like Jamal Williams is like a way better value last year on Underdog than he was on DraftKings. Like you could have Jamal Williams have been happy, but it's not like the same because a 1-yard touchdown is not the same as 100 yards and 4 receptions. You know what I mean? Like
right. Full point PPR.
Yeah.
3 points for the 100-yard bonus.
Yeah, 3 points and then point for PPR. And if you could do it, I don't think there was anybody that did it last year really too often. But the 100 yards rushing and 100-yard receiving, you get both.
Damn. Dude, look at this. Bijan actually falls to 18 in this draft. So Josh actually scooping the value here.
I got him at 23 yesterday.
Oh my god, I love that.
Yeah, I also had a Josh Allen CMC build yesterday too. And I'm like, I don't really,
Dude, Eckler fell to 20. I've seen Eckler go at 18.
That doesn't make sense to me. Like he's gonna get traded. He's going out and trading for what's optimal for him, and it's not. You know what I mean? It's not like he's going to go put himself in a place where he can't get touches.
This is an awesome start. This is super different.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if I would have done Justin Fields in this specific draft just because he goes,
especially with the quarterback kind of
he's fallen to 53 at one point, but it will still be different with Kupp and Eckler, so it's not like I hate it.
Running backs are going hard right now.
Yeah, the values are slowly disappearing. That's what happens when you're drafting at 11 and 12.
Yeah.
You can either take what falls to you or you have to reach up and get your guys.
But at this point, there's so many running backs that are like getting put in different positions that are like, oh, well, this works out perfectly.
It's true. What's your thoughts on where Pollard's going right now versus Ramondre, where James Robinson is now in New England? Ooh.
I love Tony Pollard, but there's nothing wrong with a one-off, CMC. Like he's not as talented as CMC, but he's not that far off of his like upside of CMC.
He's explosive.
Yeah,
he breaks off huge plays.
Yeah,
I mean, I hear you want those guys for best ball. Definitely. I was interested in Stevenson there. I don't have a lot of Debo.
Okay.
And I think for good reason, but
yeah, I've been starting to build my Debo up a little bit, and it feels okay because it's not like you're spending your first or second. You got your third
right.
on it. Yeah.
I expect this to go down. I mean, right here.
Yeah.
That's where I think his upside lies, is in his rushing. Which QB do you think's better for Debo? Trey
That's the
Lance or
issue.
Purdy?
It's if who's the quarterback for that team. I think it could be Sam Darnold. I know that sounds weird. I'm not buying any of them except for maybe like a late Trey Lance, but because he provides more upside. Oh shit!
All right, looks like we're going 0 RB here, huh?
Yeah.
I'm fine with
I was gonna say Mark.
any of these. Yeah, I'm cool with it.
Yeah. But like Sam Darnold's a decent quarterback. He's just been two absolutely terrible offenses.
Right. Well, when you start your career with the Jets, under that coaching staff who just made Brady look terrible.
Right. And it's like he's going to have an offensive line with the most elite talent. I'm not saying he's going to take the starting job, but none of these guys have proven that they can stay healthy. Who knows if Brock Purdy can compete with him? We've never seen like him go really against somebody else. Trey Lance, his athleticism is off the charts, but can he stay healthy? Like that's the real question.
The perfect system for any QB. So Sam Darnold could go into San Fran and have a spectacular year because a lot is not being asked of you. You have a great defense. You have explosive playmakers.
And he's the same
age. Hand the ball off. You can hand the ball off and just.
And he's still young. He's still super young. He's like he's younger than like most people.
That's where a lot of people thought that Tom Brady was going to be headed because of he would be perfect,
right?
With that,
not
system.
A lot asked, yeah.
If he wasn't 90 years old.
Myles Gaskin got re-signed today. Ooh, it's big news.
Yeah, you have Gaskin, Ahmed, Jeff Wilson, and Mostert.
How do they still have like all those garbage running backs?
I don't know. Did they not believe what they saw last year with Mostert not getting hurt? Like,
Right. Or you could get a rookie like this year. Like there's been talked about like there's so much depth. You can literally get one last day.
Right.
And replace both of those running backs with whatever.
So maybe one does get cut. And I think still gonna go out and draft maybe a day 2 or day 3 rookie, maybe 4th round.
I like that guy, the coach for the Miami McDaniels.
Yeah. A lot of memes. A lot of memes.
Well, definitely a lot of memes. But I think he's actually a really good coach. Like calling the plays wise, at least.
Yeah. I mean, that game that they beat Buffalo was super impressive early into the season.
And they kept it close against with Skylar Thompson.
Yeah, true. I mean, what can you do when that happens? See JSN go at the 4-5 turn to Dennis.
Yep.
So Mark Andrews here. We're only going to have to go 2 tight ends. The problem with going these elite tight ends is now if a value does fall to you at the position, you're like, I want to take him, but if it's not like
perfect,
the first 7-8 rounds, you typically aren't going to go a second tight end unless you go and bully tight end build. And I did one of those the other day, and I just don't like where everything else falls for chips.
I think I did a draft last year, and I drafted the top 4 tight ends. Yeah, I liked the draft. It actually was like one of my highest scoring teams, but it's because I know how to draft like outside of that. But it's like I remember saying someone on Twitter like trashing my lineup, like you didn't know who I was.
That's the best. That's the best. It's like I kinda know what I'm doing. Yeah. Just a little bit.
Yeah. $1 million.
So that's the thing. If you can find the value pockets, like you can do some funky starts.
Yeah.
But
what we got here? So we got Dallas, Miami, San Francisco, Baltimore.
Watch this gonna happen. Kittle's gonna fall to us.
Yeah. I think it'd be okay without Kittle though. Oh, J-Mo.
Oh yeah. Right now, I think I have Aaron Jones in front of these 3.
Yeah.
But
I do as well. Yep.
Let's go ahead and get Jones here. Swift's ADP is going to fall. It's probably going to fall to, I don't know, in this range. I don't think he'll go behind Pierce, but we'll kind of even out our exposure later if I want more Swift, which I think I have enough right now. With David Montgomery news going there, it's kind of slow down just a little bit and draft around him for now.
I'm hoping he falls back like a couple rounds.
Right. I've seen people overreacting, and he's fallen to 70s, but I don't think that's really where he belongs.
I like Ayuk here. Yeah.
Exactly. Same page. Yeah. A lot of the same guys.
Perfect. Yeah.
It's always a good sign.
We don't need to stack a quarterback with him. Just because we have two of them, we don't have to.
Right.
If it falls there, then we fall there. But
100% agree. I feel this 11 and 12 spot, sometimes you can get boxed out at QB as well.
Yeah.
Just depending how the board lies and the ADPs of the quarterbacks.
Well, I ended up usually getting A.J. Brown around the 10-11 spot and then going Hurts because it's just like, why not?
Yep. I agree.
Yeah, like he did. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah.
But like we see Daniel Jones, ADP is 102, typically not falling to 107, 108.
Yeah.
You have, I think, Deshaun Watson here at 82. So sometimes, I suppose.
Well, it should in this one because I don't think.
Yeah, in sharper drafts, I don't think he's going to fall.
I've been grabbing a lot of Deshaun lately, actually. I think he's a top 5 quarterback. He makes sense to be right where Herbert is, like currently going.
Yeah.
I can see him going up there. If he shows out or has an impressive camp or whatever, I can see him going in the 4th round, 5th round, like everybody else does.
He has the rushing upside.
Yeah.
He has a rushing upside. If they add another piece in the draft, which they don't need to, I mean, his ADP will change very quickly.
Yeah.
So, but guys, if you haven't already, drop a like on the live stream. If you like best ball content, give us a subscribe at the pound. Give Best Ball Nation a subscribe. We're going to be doing these drafts all off season.
Yes.
Like absolute sickos. Hit the bell for notifications so you can get in these live drafts with us.
And hit the heart on TikTok or whatever it is. What is it?
There
is
it
it
is.
100, right? Yeah.
Our TikTok is 12 strong. 12 followers strong.
I'm not going to lie. I just follow everybody. I don't care. I just started getting follows back. I'm like, well, okay. And then now I have 1,000 plus followers on there.
Oh, good for you. That's awesome. That's awesome. Josh says, someone in the last draft I was in took Mixon 6th overall. What do they know? Were they at the house?
If he doesn't, didn't draft the rest of the way normal, then it might get thrown out. But where would you like to see Mixon land? With the Chargers?
I mean, I don't know if they would take a risk on him.
I can't see him in Buffalo. I can't see him.
It's going to be tough. I think he has a chance to return, but they're going to wait and see what happens with the case.
Yeah.
I mean, he might not be returning to the NFL. That's the risk.
I could see a 1-for-1 trade for running backs, actually, now that Eckler wants out.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see him going to Cincinnati, and we get Mixon.
Just for free?
Like for a 1v1, yeah, I could see them doing that, something stupid like that. Because he's not getting paid that much, I don't think.
I don't know what his contract looks like, but they're going to have to pay for his legal fees. That's going to be enough money just to – it's the publicity factor too. You don't really want someone with that negative publicity coming over as a distraction. I mean, even if it wasn't him hanging out with gun guys, like it's not the best look for Mixon.
He's got 2 more years on his contract. 4 years, $48 million. That's not something I want to pay for that much issue.
Right. And I think Eckler's putting up a front. I really don't think he wants to leave, but
we're not paying him.
It could be a ploy to try to squeak out more money.
Yeah.
The problem is Eckler, he is a big piece of the Chargers offense, sort of like Jacobs last year for Las Vegas. He was like the key cog to that offense, why they scored any points last year.
Oh, man, 4 picks, huh? This is going to take forever mentally. Damn it.
See, you have Watson go early, 100%. But you also had
what Well, they have options. Yeah. Sutton potentially getting traded would be nice.
And who knows how healthy Justin Herbert actually was last year?
I don't think he was healthy at all. I think that team is gonna explode. Again, I'm a Chargers fan, so super biased. I think they're gonna explode with Kellen Moore now. He's not taking a quarterback.
I didn't think he was going to, but I think he just did it for. I think he did it for the snipe. I think he did it for the snipe factor.
ER7 in the chat. He says, "I might get to be done with quarterback." That son of a gun.
Dude, we still have the Tua option too.
I know,
Does this guy have? I don't think he'll reach for Tua. If he does, so be it. We'll just start scooping value. I don't really love Pacheco here.
I like Jordan Addison and James Cook over Pacheco mixing.
Let's go Addison. Okay. We'll push off wide receiver or running back as long as possible here.
Yeah.
I like this 5 stack we have.
Yeah.
I was gonna say he's fallen 10 picks, but he's still not my favorite. No, he could be drafted out of his position easily.
Now he could have a spike week type week, but it's also going to be followed with a bunch of zeros, a bunch of 4s and 5s, and who knows? Maybe he gets replaced by McKinnon for a week or two, or they switch out their running backs. I don't touch their running backs because it's kind of a mess.
I'm gonna reach up and get to it here.
Okay.
Honestly, if he stays healthy, his ADP probably should be in this range anyways.
Yeah.
And we have Waddle. Gives us some correlation. We're not going to get...
Should have got Rachaad White.
I like him. I like him.
I love him. And it's only because, who did they just bring in? They brought in
Chase Edmonds.
That's not competition then.
No. At least not on first and second down. It's not competition.
Yeah.
He could still catch some balls out of the backfield. It might hurt his third down a little bit, but
I don't even think he'll take the third down. I think he's just there to replace if Rachaad gets hurt. And I think that's I don't know. It's like anybody getting hurt.
So there's some values I could still follow at 107.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one's rough when Dak gets sniped.
Right.
But honestly,
after he said he was done with an ER because I love you.
He had to do it for the snipe factor on the live stream.
Yeah.
Now, the difference really isn't too much between the two QBs, especially if Dak does lose Dalton Schultz, who's one of his red zone targets.
Yeah. I don't know about 3 quarterbacks in the first 8 rounds, though, man.
No, it's not a plus EV play. Definitely not plus EV, especially when you spend much.
Yeah.
You spend so much draft capital on Jalen Hurts. You are depending on him outscoring the rest of your QBs, which should only be one, for the whole year, all 17 weeks. And if he doesn't, that means you probably lost anyways because he wasn't worth the pick. So Dak's not going to save that. The draft capital you spent is wasted. If that's
week 17 and he's not out there for some reason.
Dude, last year, man.
I didn't have any of them, but that sucked. I had them, but not in any finals.
Finished 114 in the puppy without Derrick Henry and without Jalen Hurts.
I finished 50th in the big dog because I had Josh Allen and T. I had Dawson Knox. I had so many players in that Buffalo. Every team had a Buffalo Bill or a Bengal on a stack on it.
Oh my God. I think Mason from Fantasy Flock took that down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was saying
he was going to take it down either way.
Oh, okay. I was on his live stream and he's like, yeah, I can win anywhere from 150 to 60K, depending if this game's played. And it wasn't played and he won 150.
Yeah. He took down that tournament and got high in another tournament. He tore it up, that's for sure. But I don't think I would have won it by any means. But financially, it definitely changed what was in my pocket. Let's just put it that way.
Damn. Yeah, it's crazy, and that's best ball. You don't know what's gonna happen. Even King Cap, the kid who had the best lineup in BBM4,
wasn't he to be on my stream next week? But he hasn't replied yet. So
wasn't he a first round exit
I wouldn't be surprised.
He won the $1 million out of the best lineup through 14 weeks out of 458,000 lineups. First round exit, week 15.
I told you, my worst lineup is the one that won it, and it's like that made it through to the playoffs. You just gotta get lucky like with that crap. Like,
it's crazy.
Mike Evans running a huge luck box. Like, I don't know. Like Mike Evans, Tom Brady, Daniel Jones, all just happened to be going off in like that week. It's just lucky.
Daryl in the 12. Yeah, I mean, we use correlation to try to raise our chances throughout those weeks, but you still have to hit a how many person parlay for week 15, 16, 17. All those other pieces have to come through.
And it almost feels like you have to barely come through in 15 and 16 to have the explosion week 17.
Yeah, right. You don't have to do too good. Don't waste it all. Who knows? Last year, my big dog lineup with Lamar and Mark Andrews through 4 weeks, I had a 200-point lead on second place.
Yeah.
And ended up barely making it in fourth, which 4 spots moved through in the big dog, if you guys aren't aware. It's the 250.
I did a four running back start, and it's like I didn't have to worry about anything else, and I just did 2 or 3 QBs and like a couple tight ends, but you got to, because you only need, to get to the 4 spot and like halfway through.
I don't know if these guys. I don't know if KJ. All right, I'm not going any of these guys. Not going to any of those. That's camouflage right there.
Yeah.
That's any of these. We can go Trey Lance for the Deebs and Ayuk, or we can go Daniel Jones
for a safe floor.
Really, whoever we think is going to have a better year.
I would go with Daniel Jones versus Trey just because, like, exactly what you're going to get from him. You're going to get 30 to 40 rushing yards. You're going to get 160 passing yards, maybe a touchdown or 2.
Up to 60 or 70 rushing yards, though.
Yeah. I'm saying baseline. That's like his baseline.
We'll go with my number 1 owned quarterback, 28%. Daniel Jones. In this ADP, this shouldn't
Holy
be.
Chips.
He shouldn't be going later. He should be going lower.
Yeah.
After the additions that he's getting right now with Darren Waller, I mean, we'll see if they do anything in the draft.
And Njoku.
I like Njoku too here, but I think Montgomery is a good piece to add.
Yeah.
After ADP, I know his ADP is getting lower, but I think it has the chance to get even lower.
It's going to go higher, or lower. Yeah, I agree, Paulie.
What do we got going on in the chat? Bunch of sickos. Paulie Chips. Hey, R.I.P. to Paulie, though, from Sopranos. He was a real one.
Yeah.
That guy did real crimes. He's a real one. Montgomery ADP got to move up soon. Yeah. Yeah, so we'll take him a couple picks or 1 pick after ADP. It's no biggie.
This is so interesting. You're streaming. I'm streaming at the same time. It's so like trying to figure it out in my head.
This just came out yesterday, so why not?
Yeah.
Why not? It looks like it works.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll throw it on my TikTok next time. We'll get those 12 people in here.
There's nobody watching now. I just looked up. I had 23 people in here.
Wild. Yeah. On Twitter or on a TikTok machine?
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't get it. I get my people on YouTube.
Yeah.
But I don't get
we have a lot of the same following as well.
Yeah. It's like with Ben, I get definitely Dennis always every time.
Same suspects.
Paulie Chips and EJ. And then my boy Derek is he's moving, so he'll be here eventually.
ER7 said he sniped Dak because he loves us. It's a weird type of love, my friend. It's a weird type of love. It's pain.
So it's a little self-inflicted love, man.
I know. I think he paid the rake by doing that, but we'll see. I still like these other picks around him. Like, I think it's a great draft just besides the Dak pick.
I've been seeing Calvin Ridley go in the 3rd and 4th. What do you thoughts about that? Do you think he's still got it?
It's interesting because he has a wide array of outcomes, right? His amount of possible outcomes are high, but I still think he's rich in this range.
Yeah.
Jacksonville's going to score up a lot of points this year.
Yeah, but to different people. You know what I mean? Like,
of course.
I don't know.
That's why I don't like Zay Jones at his ADP, though.
Yeah. I think he's like Darius Slayton. Like, he's him and they're the same person.
Yeah, I know. 10th round, Darius Slayton.
Yeah.
I can't get behind Zay Jones here. When I have Trevor Lawrence, I'm guilty of sprinkling him in. But typically, I'm not going Zay there.
Man, Alvin Kamara still falling. Did he get his suspension or anything else? Like anything new?
No, he got Jamal Williams, though.
That's true.
Yeah, they're gonna like Jamal better than him. It's sad. It's sad. He wasn't even used right last year, so
no, they didn't have the quarterback for it.
Bringing in Jamal, who's now taking over the red zone carries.
Yeah. That's Taysom Hill's job, really.
Yeah, true. All right, we got the 3 QBs going off the board. Trey Lance finally goes off the board at 121. I like that.
Dennis. Good picks, Dennis.
It's good value.
Yeah.
Double taps QB there. Russell Wilson goes to doesn't have any Denver Bronx. Typically not doing that. Maybe he brings in like a Tim Patrick late.
Smodge's ADP?
Or Dolchich.
I don't know Smodge's ADP now.
It's like 150.
Still?
158. Yeah, 158. I like this spot for him. I think this is a really good landing spot for him. It's very similar to like Elijah Mitchell playing behind CMC. You have Samaje Perine playing behind.
Perine's going to be
Javonte.
He's going to be 1A for the first like month of the season.
Yeah, definitely. And that wasn't like a clean tear.
No, he had a lot of bad things happen. He could easily be the running back all year.
Mm-hmm. Thoughts on Odell?
I'm a full fade.
I'm fading. Even
if he went to the Jets, it's a full fade.
Oh, I'd fade even more, and I have 0.
Yeah. I'm 0 all the way. He burned me really badly last year.
I like to go over, just possible outcomes that are happening right now in Green Bay. And with the Jets, like signing over Lazard, 4-year deal, is Green Bay holding Aaron Rodgers hostage now for leverage, for picks, or whatever it may be? Do they want Elijah Moore as part of the deal? That's one of my theories.
Ooh. Nah, I don't think that. Yeah.
Just brought in Lazard.
Maybe a tight end. I can see a tight end being traded because they have 3, and they just lost Tunyon. So
bring over Conklin.
Well, I think the rookie. Well, definitely Conklin because he's definitely not being used there. Or CJ Uzama. I mean,
I'm interested in 2 guys here. 3.
I'm interested in a few. Yeah.
Okay. That was one of them, but I think we go Kenneth Gainwell here after ADP.
That's fine. Yeah.
Rashad Penny coming in. Dude can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
I think that's actually better for Gainwell because if Penny gets hurt week 13, gets hurt late into the season.
Well, just like and then Miles Sanders is like a very similar running back where he's not going to get any passing game work. It's
right. Exactly. So I think I like Gainwell better now.
Yeah.
That we have Rashad Penny there.
Yeah. There's one person that I want.
Daryl's drafting at the 12 spot here, brings in Kyler to pair it with Jared Goff. I like that pairing because now you have a running back or a QB that has rushing upside.
But I like Wan'Dale Robinson to go with our
same.
DJ.
Are you worried at all about the knee?
No. I guess a little bit. I think he could but not too worried about it. Like just there's a reason why he's going here and not with the other rookie or sophomore receivers.
Yeah, it's not a bad spot for him. He fell a few picks as well. This range.
Yeah, because this is duty. Yeah, it's duty.
Romeo Dubes, you can put him over this range now that Lazard is gone.
No offense to Hodgins, even though we just drafted a Giants wide receiver. I don't like Hodgins. I think he's very replaceable.
Mm-hmm.
And my boy Colin Johnson making his recovery, he's taking over his job immediately.
It's always felt a little just like it irked me every time I went to kick Hodgins.
It's not real. It's not real.
Right. There was just everyone was injured. The problem is they re-signed everyone. All these
Sterling Shepard got re-signed, and I was like, why are you doing that?
Right. So you have Richie James, Sterling Shepard, Darren Waller, Wan'Dale Robinson. You got to like put these guys' body parts and just combine one person, one healthy person.
I agree with you, Paulie Chips, that he's definitely a top 10 or tight end this year.
Love that. Get jiggy with it.
Yeah.
Get jiggy with it.
It would be funny if they got Lamar.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start streaming to TikTok. I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, well, it's just on my phone, and I have my ring light up.
Oh, next level, dude. You're next level.
Just I'm never on my phone when I stream, so it's like, might as well just have it up. Yeah, I've been trying to get my wife to stream on TikTok because it's
that's cool.
Because one, she's a beautiful lady, so I'm like, there will literally be stupid men that'll give you money for no reason.
Yeah, right. People do that.
Yeah,
guys.
I'll be doing TikTok, and I'm like, why? I'll stop on a girl's TikTok, and I'll just see like the dollar roses or whatever. I don't know how much they are. I'm guessing they're $1, but like getting thrown at them, I'm like, what are you guys doing? This is what?
It's a trap. Don't fall for the trap.
Yeah.
Let's see what Dennis does here.
I like the fit in Chicago. Deontay Foreman went to, I guess that makes sense since Miles Sanders went to Carolina.
Honestly, I think that is best for Khalil Herbert.
Yeah.
I really think that it's best for Khalil Herbert.
Khalil Herbert's going to outperform him too.
Exactly.
But it's also a nice little change of pace, like to have somebody like that's kind of similar to Khalil Herbert, but like at a lesser skill talent.
No doubt. Foreman not going to be catching passes, so first and second down only. Maybe he steals some of the red zone work from Khalil Herbert, but again, for skill level, talent level,
and that's okay. It's okay if he doesn't have the red zone work. Khalil Herbert, he's great long distance. He can break a long touchdown. Yeah, he's good for 40 yards out.
I like the P-Ryan pick here.
Yeah.
Not as much when you have Javonte Williams though, but it's fine.
Maybe it's why he's like kind of handcuffing himself. It's like, well, I know I may not get all of like the season with him. Maybe I'll get the first couple weeks with him, and then the explosive weeks when he does return.
What if you need both week 17?
You never know.
Just like, I love that as an argument to anything.
Well, I mean, essentially, that's what people are arguing. If you ever draft the backups to the quarterback side, it's kind of what you're arguing for. Because having Minshew and Hurts was like kind of a deal.
Yeah, Minshew to the Colts. They have to draft someone, right? Are they? Now you could easily see them bring in like an Anthony Richardson, and you don't have to rush him in. You have Minshew. He's gonna like have the dirty stash.
It's gonna be fun to see him on. He's gonna be on Pat McAfee 100%.
Yeah, he's gonna play great for 2 games and then just absolutely disappear.
Well, the thing with him is like he's super accurate, but he's super careful with the ball. Unless he's unless they're like hugely down in the game, and then he kind of goes for it. But like, I watched all of his Jags games that year.
I like the Harris pick here.
Yeah.
I don't mind going Mostert, reaching up a little bit over these rookies for now.
Sounds good to me.
This range is ugly. I'm never going Hunter Renfrow.
Not unless he gets traded or moved. Or
not really going Chase, especially they just keep adding people here. Yeah. I think Raheem Mostert. We need more touches here. And with them re-signing all 4 running backs, Jeff Wilson, Raheem Mostert, Ahmed, like maybe they don't bring in a rookie.
Yeah.
Or maybe they at least don't spend a high pick on a rookie that can make an impact. Signed Gaskin, signed Ahmed, signed Jeff Wilson, signed Mostert. It's just so odd. It's so odd.
I'm between a couple of people, but I feel like for our next one, I'm not going to say anything, obviously.
Eric B says, you mentioned Lamar for the Colts, which makes sense. AR and Levis are long shots to pay off. 100% agreed.
Yeah.
Dude, that's how you know you're in a Pounders draft. 17 picks before ADP going with our man. Yeah. I love it. I love it.
So I was going to Singletary and
okay.
And the booty.
I'm completely fine with going.
Yeah, Singletary. Yeah, I get it.
Dude,
like,
who knows?
I understand the fate of the booty, man. I understand the fate of the booty.
Just who knows? Like, he might end up in Cincinnati. He might end up with the Chargers.
He might end up in
KC.
He may not play for the first 6 weeks and go to somewhere where it's like he takes over somebody's job. Like,
he might end up at Burger King. Like, yeah, man. There's a lot of range of outcomes here, and I like all of them.
Yeah, this but he has upside at this range of the draft.
Right. This is basically a 0 RB build.
Yeah, the running backs are dirty.
You can't even call it a hero running back build around Jones.
Dude, he was a second-round pick last year. It's not like it's a tear. You know what I mean? Like
back end second.
Yeah.
And he paid off.
Yeah.
He paid off.
Occasionally.
The offense didn't look great, so we got to build a slice in the house. Miami paid Wilson more than Mostert, both 2-year deals. Should the ABDP be closer? I 100% agree.
Yeah.
And typically, I'm just picking the Miami running back that goes the latest.
Same.
I think
I'm still like kind of fading them, which I shouldn't be doing based on how much they do like to run the ball. But it's just like you're picking your poison whether they think that if you think they'll play the whole season. If not, mid RB build,
100%. These 11 and 12 round picks, they're bad, especially when you're live.
One of these is going to hit.
Have your draft guide.
One of these like mid round running backs is going to hit. It's one of them's going to be Josh Jacobs this year. So it's like, I don't know.
James Conner.
Ugh, I don't like it. I don't.
James Conner. I just don't like it. Are they going to draft a running back?
Yes.
Probably not.
Yeah. They drafted Keontae Ingram and obviously didn't like him.
I think Hopkins leaves that offense.
He's gone. DeAndre Hopkins is gone.
Yeah.
And it's all Marquise Brown. It's going to be James Conner for 3 weeks. He gets hurt. Then it's like a mishmash of like somebody, I can't remember his first name, but Ward and Keontae Ingram. Then they get Kyler back. He's a month in. They dink and dunk, but they pretty much just use Marquise Brown.
I agree. And if that is true, and I've been drafting like that's true, Marquise Brown has to move up.
I agree.
He's a top 7 wide receiver the first 6 weeks of the year without DeAndre Hopkins last year.
Yeah. He should be a 5th round note, like without like that should be as late as his pick goes.
Yeah.
But
the only problem is he gets hurt. But what's the difference between him and Mike Williams?
Right. There's none.
The thing with Mike Williams in this ADP is this is before when everyone thought Keenan Allen wasn't going to return. And even if Keenan Allen didn't return, there's only so many jump balls you can throw a man.
I was like, that doesn't change anything. It's just it may prevent them from drafting a first-round receiver. It may let them draft, or maybe they do draft a first-round receiver to play his part and build that receiver. But it's just like that shouldn't affect his draft stock.
Do they release Eckler, save the money, draft a running back? There's a lot that the Chargers
imagine we trade away Austin Eckler and draft Bijan.
Get Jahmyr Gibbs, or just bring in Jahmyr Gibbs.
Just get Bijan first, baby.
Everyone wants Bijan.
Man, I want Bijan for my team. Don't you?
No.
Now you guess. Well, I'm assuming Patriots.
I want what I can have.
Quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. We need to lose game every time we win a game.
I think you guys should like trade with a shitty team for next year's first round.
Dude, we can get the booty right now. Right here, right now.
I love the booty.
What sucks is like Sky Moore didn't fall in a good range that we could pick him. I think Sky Moore should be an absolute riser with the news that Juju's moving on.
Yeah. He's going to your Patriots. That was interesting.
So stupid. It's just not happy about that. Let's bring on the booty. He was going around pick 120 early in the.
I have so much booty. So much
120. It's all right. If it hits, it doesn't matter though.
What if he goes to the Giants and he's a starting receiver all of a sudden? So it's like it's the worst.
He's got to go to the Bucks to be a pirate booty for the memes.
Oh yeah.
I'm still fading tight ends here. I think we still have to catch up at wide receiver and running back.
Yeah.
Jimmy G in Vegas. I don't think. Yeah, if we went Devontae Adams, maybe we did a Jimmy G here, but.
What do you like?
I wouldn't mind taking a shot on Tank.
Okay.
I like Kendra. I like Jalen Warren, but we have a lot of handcuffs here, so I say we try to smash on a rookie running back.
Okay, Tank's good. I was actually a really big fan of his freshman year. I mean, the dude was tearing up Auburn, Auburn, and he's really good. He runs with the no gloves, or he did at least.
I've seen him ranked a lot, like in the 5, 6, 7 range. Where Kendre Miller, I've seen him in the 3 spot at times on people's boards.
So people who have drafted with me know that Chase Brown is my guy, and I'm sure he's going to be going here before we get back to us.
Yeah, ran a super fast 40.
Yeah, he was solid, and like the way he actually plays football, it translates to being a fast, really good running back. And he's like on the smaller side. He's kind of built like, I don't know how much college football you watch, but he's built like Blake Corum from the Wolverines.
He's like 5'9", right?
Yeah,
5'9", 208.
Yeah, 208,
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did a lot of deep dives into like combines and just like I'm not a huge dynasty guy. I'm just getting into it this year, but people put out so much content, and I feel like
I follow so many people I don't ever watch. I always had to skip over. I'm like, no offense, like I don't care about your 8th round, like your team and whatnot. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I follow those people.
People are invested now year round, and it's like football never stopped. So I've definitely done a lot more early research this year than I did last year.
Oh yeah, there's just like this a channel that I watch is like Devi the Dynasty.
Yeah, Dynasty, Destination Devi, something like that. There's so many.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like I'm already in mid-season form with these drafts. This is number 105 for the
I feel like I never left. You know what I mean? It's like Devi Dynasty is what it's called.
Yeah.
And they go over like all the prospects, and it's like if you need to like learn anything, that's like the first place I go, and then I'll look at highlights and whatnot, and kind of see if they have the upside to play.
Eric B says Chase was fun to watch this year. Hope he goes to a good NFL team. That's the thing. Like landing spots are going to mean the most for these.
I mean, I had 70%. I had 70% Dameon Pierce last year, and it's like he smashed because he went to like the perfect spot for him.
Wow, I like Dennis's running back room. I mean, first he gets Swift at 72, Charbonnet, Mixon at 97, which isn't bad. It's risk reward, but I think that's a really good spot for it. And then Kendre Miller, this is an awesome running back room.
Dennis out here is gonna if he doesn't take it down this year, he's gonna be a profitable player this year.
Yeah, he's been slaying drafts.
Yeah,
I see him on Splash Play. I see him everywhere.
That's why
he's been grinding. He's been grinding.
Yeah, he's my ride or die for one of my my supporters, I guess you could say.
Josh TX brings in Michael Carter. I feel like that's a little early, no? No, just 10 picks. It's not bad.
Who do they have? They have Brees. If hopefully he comes back healthy, but if he doesn't, and then who's that other rookie running back last year?
Zonovan Knight.
Bam Knight, yeah. Which I did research on him like before the draft. I drafted him one time in the big board, And that team barely got into the playoffs, but didn't do anything.
I don't mind going Kincaid here.
Yeah.
Is there a running back?
How about Conklin? I know that you may not like the Jets tight ends, but yeah, that's fine.
I think if like before they brought in Lazard, I would probably go Conklin. I mean, why not just Higbee? I guess he fell so far.
He did fall really far.
like screw it. He fell 33 picks.
Yeah.
He fell 30 picks.
What do you think about the Hayden Hurst going to the Panthers?
He fell bad math. He fell 40 picks.
Yeah, 30, 36, whatever.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The mic was blocking. To the Panthers, I don't think it's as good as him being on a high-powered offense in Cincy.
Well, I just think about like the way that Eagles ran their offense. It was always through the tight end, especially with the young quarterback. Like, what's his name? Wentz always went to Goddard and Zach Ertz, and then when he didn't have a young quarterback in the Colts, but like he always had good tight ends with the Colts.
He's just a catch and fall tight end to me.
Really?
I don't think
he's explosive, man. I don't want to take him here. I don't want to take him here. I just want.
I know. I really don't think that going to Carolina is a better situation for him than being in Cincy. Especially, I mean, we had injuries to both Higgins and Jamar Chase last year, and he ends up with 2 touchdowns. It's disappointing to say the least.
Oh, this is ugly.
I don't mind going a little sleeper sleep here.
Yeah.
We need another running back.
Did Chase go?
Oh, yeah, Chase is gone.
They used to go right next to each other.
This guy's tape's awesome. He gets up to full speed extremely quick. Yards after contact.
If we were going to go any rookie tight end, it's got to be Darnell Washington, man. He's a freak. I love him.
Yep. He was someone that used to go in, the 20th round at the start of these.
I don't think he's going to be good right off the rip, though. I think he's going to take a year or two. The traditional tight end where it takes them a year to get acclimated, and then the second year maybe he gets involved a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. I could see him making his biggest impact in the red zone this year. But outside of that, like, are we expecting him to catch the ball 60 times?
No.
Probably not. I think that's going to be like the high point for him.
So what are your thoughts on Trey McKinney? I'm just talking tight ends now because I like it.
Yeah,
it's like
like for best ball, like drafting him.
Yeah, because think about who's there. Who is the new offense coordinator, like that they're bringing in. They're going to be tossing the ball all the way around. I don't know. Man.
I don't know. I'm not high on him. Sell me.
Well,
take the floor and sell it.
He's got amazing hands.
Sell me this pen.
Let me see what he ran for 4.4 here, or ran at the 40. Trey McKinney 40.
There's just so many rookies. Laporta, Musgrave. Yeah, Sam Laporta. I'm trying to get him in Dynasty right now.
He ran a 5.64. Holy shit, he's slow. Candidate for bottom of the roster. Oh.
It's all right.
Holy shit. Right. He's so slow.
He's going to be a good blocker, though.
But he's an amazing blocker.
Yeah.
Damn. I didn't realize he was that slow. Holy cow.
I think Musgrave is as far as I'm diving into these tight ends.
What are his strengths?
For rookies.
How do you look fairly athletic running a 5.64? I mean, he is a really good hands catcher.
How heavy is he? And how
not
tall?
heavy. Not heavy.
Okay, then there's something wrong.
6'4", 247. Like that's heavy, but it's not that heavy.
That's big, but I think Darnell Washington is a little taller, around the same weight, and ran a faster 40 than Gronk.
I guess I just think the volume's going to be there for him, and like he had a fall down over tight end in Dallas with Dalton Schultz.
Here's a little sleepy sleep that we've been on the live streams.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to be on him, but Liam's on him. EJ's been on him. somebody else. I heard somebody else talking. I follow everybody too. I'm with Dennis. Like I see Dennis popping up in everybody else's streams, and I'll be like, yeah.
He's 6'4", like 215, and ran a 4.38 40. Bryce Ford Wheaton.
I'll take it, Mac. I'll take it. I'll look like the Smiz.
Oh, that's hilarious. Smiz gang here. The listener league. One and only.
I did it a couple times. I got third in it once, and that was it. I think it was like the day that Hunter Renfro went off.
I got third in it as well. If you not this past year, the year before that.
Yeah.
With running it back with Cincy stacks. Guys, if you haven't already, drop a like on the live stream. Helps the channel tremendously. Give my man Felix a follow at Best Ball Nation. Drop a subscribe over here at the Fantasy Dog Pound. We're doing these drafts all off season, and this is what we love to do. This is what we love to do. We do it for the people. I mean, I think we're done at QB just based on who's left.
Yeah.
If Will Levis is there, you could argue Will Levis into my ear, but I don't think
I'm not arguing for that. That's disgusting.
Okay, perfect.
I'd rather just draft 2 receivers to finish it off.
Sterling Shepard.
No.
With the Daniel Jones. It's not crazy. He hasn't been drafted that many times. He finally has. He's been good when he's been healthy. I like Cedric Tillman too, though.
I'm iffy about him.
Like, I'm never drafting Sterling Shepard if I don't have Daniel Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go Cedric Tillman first here. We're done at tight end. We're done at QB.
Yeah, we'll start 2 receivers here.
If Hamlin Motorsports really wants Sterling Shepard,
I like
he can have
him.
This is our last pick, and I think we're good at running back.
Yeah. We don't need more. We'll just go receiver.
Two.
Yeah.
I don't mind Laviska Shenault.
Palmer's good. Shai Smith.
I like Palmer.
Okay. You saw it too.
Palmer. Yeah. 3 rookies, 4 rookies, though. Probably not going to be my favorite, especially if we get a slow start out of Wan'Dale Robinson. I think Sterling Shepard's going to make more sense.
We talked about that earlier. Daniel Jones, you don't have to draft the quarterback or draft any receivers. He could be a naked quarterback. You don't have to, but if we're going to draft one, if Darren Waller fell to you, if Wan'Dale Robinson's in the right spot. Other than that, you can get a late 20th round Darius Slayton if he's still there. But I wouldn't reach for anybody. You can get Colin Johnson 100% of the time you want him. He will be there in the 20th round.
Pretty much, Daniel Jones, you can have him in the winning lineup week 17 against 469 other lineups without elevating another single wide receiver or tight end on his team because of his rushing upside, because he spreads the ball. If he does get 32 points, how much does the number 1 receiver on the team have, for points? It might be like 17 or 18.
Yeah.
Thoughts on A.T. Perry? I like him as a late round scoop. Guy moves really good for his size. The guy's a monster human being.
Yeah.
I definitely like some A.T. Perry. Daniel Dell, I think, is interesting on DraftKings for full point PPR, being a slot guy.
Yeah. Trey
Palmer's a burner. I would prefer Trey Palmer in this format over Nathaniel Dell.
Wait, who did we get? What was our last pick?
I went with Sterling Shepard just because we already had 3 rookies, and if we get a slow start out of Robinson, I think we're going to need guaranteed touches. Yeah. Just hope basically one of these guys is healthy.
That's fine.
And Sterling Shepard's, he's good when he's healthy. He's just, he plays 3 games a year.
ER7, thank you for the donation tonight, Pound. Thank you, ER7, for drafting 3 quarterbacks in the first 8 rounds.
yeah, we're gonna cover ER7's lineup after this. We're going directly to these lineups here. Let's do a little lineup breakdown now. Disgusting human beings, all drafting in 3 weeks after the Super Bowl. All right, let's start at the top with Toasty Toast. QB room. I like to go QB, tight end, because you can see obvious mistakes there pretty quickly, and then running back on receiver. So we'll go Geno Smith, Trey Lance, Jordan Love, like the 3.
Yeah.
Chiggy, Mike Gesicki, Noah Fant. I think it's fine. I don't like Noah Fant's not one of my guys.
Okay.
But
it definitely matches with his quarterback as a late round tight end.
Yep. And a few picks, 12 picks after ADP. I like it. Breece Hall, Swift, Zach Charbonnet, Joe Mixon, and Kendre.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting stopping at 5. I think you can, though.
Yeah.
Wide receivers, Justin Jefferson, DK Metcalf, Christian Watson, JSN, Jahan Dotson, Tim Patrick, MVS, Corey Davis, Juwan Jennings.
I love them.
Yeah, correlating even Juwan with Trey Lance at the end there.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on MVS? I mean, he went 20 picks after ADP. I'm assuming that's why.
Well, it's like not only is he. Well, I was actually going to see if we should get him in that same round, but it's like he's literally the ultimate spike week receiver. He's going to drop you a bunch of 1s and 0s, but there could be a week where he drops you at 24 because he's that type of receiver. He's a Mike Evans type, like.
I won't have 0% of him. I don't think I'm going to have even market share though at 8%, just because he should be that guy. That's his role to be that guy.
Yeah.
But it seems like he can't be that guy. Like he's just not good enough. Even in Green Bay, he wasn't very good. Do you recognize Dr. Stanky Leg? Is he in the live stream?
I didn't see him anywhere in the live stream, but I definitely have drafted with Dr. Stanky Leg.
Let's go over KC connection real quick. Josh Allen, Kirk. I love the QBs.
Yeah.
Knox for correlation. Taysom Hill and Dalton. I think these 3 are awesome. Even getting Kincaid 19 picks after is sick.
Yeah.
Walker, Dobbins, Javonte Williams, Samaje, Pierre Strong, Zach Moss. What do you think about the RBs?
It's a little weak for the start of the season, but it could easily, with the right injuries and the right things falling into place, it could be strong. Other than Zach Moss is trash. I don't know how he drafted Zach Moss.
I think we shouldn't be reaching up for Pierre Strong now that New England went out and brought in James Robinson. I think that's a telltale sign that they don't trust Pierre Strong. They also gave the guy only 10 carries last year. So I'm definitely not reaching 15 picks though in ADP. I think we should actually fall.
I think he should be your last round pick, and he should be. I think that's getting the Pete Overzet bump.
Yeah. Receivers, Chase, Pittman, Drake London, Cortland Sutton, Tyler Boyd, Curtis Samuel, Terrace Marshall, Khalil Shakir, and Bryce Ford Wheaton. I think the receivers are pretty strong.
Yeah, those are really strong receivers.
I know Khalil Shakir wasn't, he didn't really get developed at the halfway point in the season. They had to bring back Beasley, but I think Beasley's legitimately done. So I think it's going to open up a little more for Khalil next year.
They haven't brought anybody in either.
Yeah, right. I don't think they can afford to.
No.
Rand Stand in the live stream. Justin Herbert, Kenny Pickett.
I like it. Darren
Waller and Frymouth. I think that's perfect.
Yeah.
I would like it better if it was an 18-round draft, but I think you can get away with that.
Yeah, they're not they have the floor to keep you above water. The rest of your team is solid.
You're planning on Waller hitting here. That's basically. Yeah.
93
has a good floor.
93. It's not bad at all.
Well, you're planning on him hitting when you only go 2.
Yeah. But I'm saying at pick 93, so the rest of his team is probably going to be solid.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, 100%, especially because he only went 2.
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs, James Conner, Alvin Kamara, Devin Achane, Rashawn Johnson, Chase Brown, Joshua Kelly. I like a lot of these rookie running backs. With Alvin Kamara, though, I think you might have a tough early season.
See, I think the opposite, actually, because he's got Josh Jacobs and James Conner to start the season. And you only had to start 2. So then you have Alvin Kamara coming back from the suspension week 4, week 5. And like I said earlier, he's probably going to get hurt. So it's perfect for Kamara to come in and be the
You think is he only getting 4 or 5, or is that the prediction there?
That just feels like it happens every year for James Conner.
No, Kamara for suspension.
Oh, yeah. I think the max is 6. I think
really.
I think he gets 4, but I think the max is 6.
All right.
And then Chase Brown.
I'm on the 6 to 8 range. Joshua Kelly, obviously dependent on if Eckler moves on.
Even then, it's Isaiah Spiller's there. They had the potentially to bring in somebody. It's a good pick. Who knows?
I still think like we can at least adjust right now and pick him here until we find out more news. I think that's fine. Wide receivers: Tyreek Hill, Devonta Smith, Keenan Allen, George Pickens, Gabe Davis, Rashid Shaheed, Marvin Mims, Russell Gage, Tyler Scott. I don't know how much Russell Gage does for this lineup where you have a floor play in Keenan Allen.
He doesn't bring anything to the table, really.
Right. I think he's just like a low upside pick.
Is he still in Tampa Bay, or is he a free agent?
He's still in Tampa Bay.
Yeah,
I'll have to check the draft guide.
Baker Mayfield's not bringing you value.
Right. And yeah, I mean, I think the wide receivers are strong. I think the running backs, we differ a little bit. I think he'll have a rough beginning when the rookies kind of get acclimated, but we'll see their landing spots. It could end up to be really nice.
Yeah.
Too cool rad. Justin Fields, Matthew Stafford at QB, which is fine. TJ Hawkinson and Cole Kmet, which is good. 13 picks after ADP, always nice. Austin Eckler, Jahmyr Gibbs, Khalil Herbert, Jeff Wilson, Cordell Patterson, Hassan Haskins, Chase Edmonds, and Deion Jackson, really reaching deep into the bucket here at the running back room. Hero running back almost, but still deep. I think this is a strong group. I mean, it's spearheaded by Austin Eckler. We'll see where Jahmyr Gibbs lands, but I like Khalil Herbert here. And then obviously he just adds five guys at the end.
Holy shit. 61 likes. We'll take that.
On the TikTok machine?
Yeah.
Oh, that a boy. We got 13 on the YouTube. If we can get 15 so we can be 1/4 cool as Felix, that'd be dope. All right. Wide receivers: Cooper Kupp, Christian Kirk, Quentin Johnston, Darnell Mooney, Joshua Palmer, Sky Moore, Rondell Moore, Van Jefferson. I like the wide receiver group.
I don't think there's a floor play except with Cooper, but there's extreme upside with all these players.
I agree. Especially really just getting Cooper Kupp early and then putting it off for 2-3 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Go and get Hawkinson. You go and get Fields. You go and get Eckler. I would like to see DJ Moore, but instead you got Darnell Mooney, so it's just as nice with Cole Kmet. Good correlation as well. Good draft, man. Do you recognize Bildo? I think Bildo was in here, right? No?
Wait, well, is it? Yeah.
I thought Bildo was.
I didn't know if he was in our team. Oh, yeah, he was. He was in the 6th spot. Yeah.
Lamar Jackson, Bryce Young, Sam Howell at QB. I don't think you need Sam Howell here. I think it's sort of a wasted pick with Lamar and Bryce, but
you never know. With
Travis Kelce, I'm 100% like 20-round drafts.
Yeah,
it's 50-50. In 18-round drafts, it 100% would be a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Tight ends: Travis Kelce, Gerald Everett. I think that's fine. Obviously, strong. Yeah. Running back: Saquon Barkley, Tony Pollard, Isaiah Pacheco, 18 picks after ADP. Antonio Gibson, Clyde, James Robinson. I like kind of mixing it in based off the news. We're 70% the way there, and he's just now being drafted a little bit. So nice little edge play, I think. Zamir White at the end there. There's worse plays here than Zamir White as well.
I love Zamir White.
Being a handcuff to Josh Jacobs.
He had his most carries ever, the most touches he's ever had. And it's not like things have changed. So he could easily hit like the running back max where he is just done. And then Zamir White gets his touches. Or maybe they want to involve him more this year.
It's like they're doing what Dallas did with Zeke. They're just running him into the ground. And now they tagged Jacobs. You can bet that they're going to run him into the ground again, and then they're going to sell him like a used car. It's sad.
Yeah.
But that's the running back life with the NFL nowadays.
Yeah.
Wide receivers: Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Rashad Bateman, Michael Thomas, Elijah Moore, Josh Downs, Odell Beckham, and John Mechie.
Surprised you didn't make, and you don't have to, obviously, but like instead of getting Howell, like he said, get a
Baker Mayfield
in the 20th.
I agree. Baker Mayfield.
If you're making that bet, if you're going to make that bet.
But maybe Mike Evans gets moved, and then Baker, you don't need to stack him.
Yeah, sure.
Who knows right now? There's so much that we think we know that
we don't.
So much is going to get switched up on us. Deshaun Watson, CJ Stroud, and Ryan Tannehill. I love Ryan Tannehill in this round. like 213 range.
Yeah, crazy.
Isn't it wrong? Isn't it just flat out wrong?
It's wrong, but it's still right. Like you don't know, like if he's even gonna pull. Yeah, you know, like it's. But it's like for the value of the 20th round pick, you know what his upside is.
But even like, I think his upside might be if he gets traded.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's even more upside if he gets traded.
Like if he went to the Panthers for a year and was like the head honcho for.
I think CJ Stroud's going to come in and just be better than him year one, to be honest.
Yeah. Hey, maybe. I don't know. I don't really like Stroud, but like couldn't even beat my Michigan guys.
You had to add that in there. Make sure it got on. It's now recorded and documented for years to come. Tight ends, Dallas Goedert and Njoku. I like those two. Also correlated Deshaun. Bijan Robinson, Travis Etienne, Tyler Algier, Sean Tucker, Jalen Warren, Michael Carter. So you got a ton of handcuffs in there trying to hit, but you also have 3 good, solid running backs, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs, Mike Williams, Tyler Lockett, DPJ, Alan Lazard, Michael Gallup, Nico Collins, Laviska Shenault. Yeah, Josh he's got to have the draft guide, which is free to all subscribers of the Pound. Just hit me up on Twitter at FantasyDocPound. We'll send it to your email. These are a lot of my guys.
Oh, yeah. Those are a lot of my guys as well.
DPJ, Lockett, Laviska Shenault. I actually don't mind it in the last round now. You think about who's over there right now, and they're really hurting for playmakers. They have to draft someone, right? But they gave away their first and second round pick to move up 8 spots. So if you're drafting a receiver, the earliest you can do it's round 3. Free agencies, day by day, getting slimmer and slimmer. Terrace Marshall and Laviska Shenault looking better and better. Felix is over here trying to learn TikTok dances.
I was trying to turn it off, but I didn't know how to turn it off.
Is try again Trump Trump in the live stream?
Yeah, that'd be fun. Well, do you see they're gonna either ban it or delete it or something like that?
What?
TikTok?
No.
All right, I won't get political on here or anything like that. But yeah, they're trying to get rid of it or something.
Oh, I didn't know that. Try again Trump. Is he in the live stream?
Oh, I didn't know.
I don't think so.
I've never seen him, so.
KJ enter, not sure. ER7 Robo. We've been looking forward to roast this lineup the whole
smooth brain,
bad. I can't even look at it. All right.
Well, we got
Jalen Hurts, Trevor Lawrence, and Dak. And the reason why you can't go a third quarterback, especially within the first 15 rounds after you select 2 in the first 4, is because of draft capital. It's a onesie position. How many points do you expect Dak to get you this year? And you can mark this lineup. Just label it. How many points did Dak get? And you'll see, and he will probably get you under 30, under 40 points this year.
In all honesty, how many is Trevor Lawrence really going to get you too?
I agree. It's Jalen Hurts. You're drafting him at pick 15 overall. He has to smash this year. Otherwise, this lineup is trash anyways. That being said, you don't even have correlation really. I mean, if you want to say this is correlation at the end, reaching 45, 50 picks, there's other ways to do it more effectively, more efficiently. When we think about these pocket passers, week 17, how does Dak have a spike week so big that he's the number 1 QB that week and you have the winning lineup week 17? Well, he doesn't do it on the ground. He's going to bring along at least 1 or 2 of his pass catchers. And the chances it's Jake Ferguson are high. So when someone else does, someone else in the 469 lineups that are with you battling week 17, and they have Dak because he had a good week 15, 16, they are most likely going to have the pass catchers if he has that huge spike week.
Yeah.
The tight ends are extremely weak, but you had to be weak somewhere because this is like you're going to score the most points at QB, but you didn't have to.
The worst at tight end.
I think he could have scored the most points at QB with just going these 2.
Yeah.
Running back, Ramondre Stevenson, AJ Dillon, Elijah Mitchell, Leo Fournette, Zeke, and JaMychal Hasty. I like the JaMychal Hasty pick as the last pick. Handcuffed to ETN, should have some sort of role in the offense anyways, even if ETN's healthy.
Yeah.
So I do like the JaMychal Hasty pick. AJ Brown, Calvin Ridley, Deontay Johnson, Jacoby Myers, KJ Osborne, Alec Pierce, Chase Claypool. I like a lot of these guys. KJ Hamler, I'm completely fading. Last year I was fading him until the Tim Patrick injury, but even then, he didn't have a good year. He's really just gonna be that return guy. What do you think about him, Felix?
He is like Tutu Atwell-esque, where he's fast. He brings one element to the game. You're looking for the home run, but with the receivers that you already have the floor. He doesn't bring the upside that you're maybe hoping for. At no point is he ever going to be the best receiver on the field, but he could be. Who's the wide receiver they used to have? Lance Moore back in the day for the Saints, because that's obviously the offense that they're going to run. Him or one of those Ted Ginn kind of guys. That's what he's going to bring.
Try Again Chump is in the live stream. We skipped over his lineup. Let's cover it real quick. Patrick Mahomes, Jimmy G. I like it.
Yeah,
I like it. Kyle Pitts, Dalton Schultz, Isaiah Likely.
All upside.
I like Schultz if he returns to Dallas. Where should his ADP be if he returns to Dallas? It should be probably in the 80s or 90s. So that being said, I don't think he does return to Dallas.
I think he's going to my Chargers, unfortunately. I don't really want him there. I want McKinney.
Come on.
I want the McKinney love.
So he has 2 touchdown upside. He is a catch and fall type tight end, but he runs good routes.
Yeah.
128's a good price for him.
Isaiah Likely is the better value, though. If we're gonna talk about tight ends on this team, it's Isaiah Likely. That's that guy was a number 1 tight end the last couple of weeks, or a top tier tight end.
Yeah, but it wasn't pretty season for anyone in Baltimore.
But what I'm saying is they still haven't brought anybody into Baltimore.
Yeah,
and who really thinks that they're really going to lose Lamar Jackson? Nobody. So there's 3 receivers on that team. It is Rashad Bateman, it is Mark Andrews, and it's Isaiah Likely.
It's true. But the problem that I see with Likely was correct me if I'm wrong, but when Mark Andrews was hurt, Likely came in. I mean, Bateman was hurt too, and he looked pretty good. He looked pretty good with the targets. Yeah. When Mark Andrews came back, Likely were all right, now they're going to do 2 tight end sets. This is awesome.
That's when Lamar Jackson got hurt.
Steered away from it. Jackson got hurt.
Yeah.
And then everything else is it's tough to gauge, but pick 200. I don't think anyone can argue against that.
Yeah, with that upside now.
And you're typically putting him in 3 tight end builds anyway, so he can be a smash pick. I agree. Yeah. Running backs, Jonathan Taylor, Rashad White, Jamal Williams, Damian Harris, Dwayne McBride, Jerome Ford. It's strong. It's a hero running back build, but you also have Rashad White.
Yeah.
I'd like to know your thoughts on Jamal Williams in New Orleans.
I don't see his role. I think it's 3rd down and 1 role, man. It's
right.
I don't see what he's bringing to the table that provides any upside to he's not going to get regular work.
Mm-hmm. He's not going to score as many 2-yard touchdowns as he did last year.
No, definitely not on this team. Yeah. I don't know. I don't see the upside. So you have Juwan Johnson as a red zone threat. You have Taysom Hill. You now have Jamal Williams. You have so many other things, and you just brought in this quarterback. Do you really think they're going to want to hand it off to Jamal Williams? It's not Jared Goff handing him the ball.
So I think we're on the same page that he should be dropping. He should be going a little later in drafts.
Mm-hmm.
But how much later, right?
Right. Well, I can see him going.
You do have early value here where he does have a hero running back build. You should get at least some early production when Kamara's out.
Yeah.
And even this guy wins people over in the locker room as well.
Also, I'm over JT. I'm fading JT hard because I don't think he's a first round talent.
It's tough. The
year he broke out, he got everything worked perfectly in his favor. Yeah, and
I have 6%. He's not someone I want to completely fade though, because he has 3 touchdown upside. So I don't think he's someone that you should be completely fading. But in cash games where you're doing maybe 200-300 cash games, is he the right play instead of picking an elite receiver? That's where I think I agree with you.
I just think the quarterback play is not going to be up to par.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the offensive line is slightly not as good as it once was.
Mm-hmm.
Everything fell into his favor that 1 year where he had 60 red zone attempts. It was an absurd amount more than anybody else. There's just a lot of things working against him.
Can he have 1 week that outscores the rest of these 11? Is it possible?
Technically, the first 4 rounds are possible.
So I don't like him at the 8 spot at all. I'm never drafting him here at 8. But if you're getting him at 11, 12, 13, 14, does he feel a little better? Is it a little less gross for you?
He's right next to Najee for me. They're the same player.
I realized Olave went at 16. I didn't see that. But that makes sense how Bijan fell to 18 and Saquon fell to 19.
So gross. I don't understand Olave in the second either. He's a great player, but he's not getting elevated talent with Derek Carr. Right. I was totally on board with the end of the second, late, early third. Was pushing
before these running backs.
Yeah. I mean,
I would put maybe before DK.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gross. Especially people have been getting him, here in some drafts. To reach 2 rounds is difficult too. But yeah, I think what do we have? Any more lineups? Hamlin Motorsports. Daryl picking in the 12 spot. Dirty Daryl. Jared Goff, Kyler Murray, Mac Jones.
Najee's my guy, Daryl. All right.
I think these 3 are fine. You got Kyler Murray who can provide some upside. You got 2 floor plays. So could get you to the playoffs. Kittle and Trey McBride. I like these 2.
This kid used to be mistaken for one of my drafts, except for Mari Cooper here. Sorry, I already went ahead and looked at the receivers.
Fair. I like the McBride pick. I'm super heavy on McBride this year.
Me too. I'm loving all this so far.
Najee Harris, James Cook, Brian Robinson, Alexander Madison, Tajay Spears, Isaiah Spiller. I like the running back room. Love it. Devontae Adams, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Amari Cooper, Marquise Brown, Zay Flowers, Tyquan Thornton, Rashee Rice, Darius Slayton, Devontae Parker. So I'm probably reaching for Tyquan Thornton here at 158. I've done it before, so I'm not surprised that he gets his guy.
I love this team.
I like the squad. I like it a lot. Devontae Parker, I liked him at one point. Now my mind's kind of changing. Now we're bringing in Juju.
Well, especially you don't need him on this team, I don't think.
Right, but I don't mind it as much because he does have Mac Jones.
And it's his last pick, isn't it?
Yeah. So I don't mind it. I think it's a really well-drafted team.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I like Najee in that round as well. I think that's absolutely disgusting value for running backs.
Yeah.
But that round also has so many upside guys.
Right. Tony Pollard there. There's so many guys, right at the mid-third into early fourth. Yeah.
But this has been a lot of fun, my man. Obviously, This is the second time we've done it. It's probably first of many for this offseason.
Oh, yeah. Dennis was like, dude, you got to get that guy on one of your shows. I'm like, absolutely. We'll have to.
Let's go. What's going on with you? How many drafts do you have left on the big board? And are you doing anything on DraftKings right now?
Well, the MLB baseball is starting up. I'm not really big on baseball, obviously, but throw a couple
because you hate money.
Right. Well, dude, last week in golf, I dropped a whole bunch and just the bed the last day. But then this week, I'm in the top 10. Whatever. You just gotta keep playing. And I know that sounds like a degenerate gambler thing to say because it is. But if you don't play, you ain't gonna win. So have fun. And then best ball, I'm probably 40 to 50 in right now, and I'll probably get to 70, 75.
Do you follow other accounts that help you with your lineups, building your lineups and stuff, or are you just shooting from the hip as a fan?
The Batch Bros, they're perfect for best ball, baseball. They're who I follow. And then for if anybody that wants to get into golf, the Degenerate 75 and Pat Mayo show. Like if you follow their takes, they're like typically right on it and beating half the field.
Nez is really cool. He's always popping in the live stream. Those guys are literally
cool dude,
baseball bros with hockey flows.
Yeah.
Always fun. But guys, appreciate everyone coming out. Give my man Best Ball Nation a follow. Drop a follow over here at Fancy Dog Pound. We have our free draft guide with 11 pages worth of rankings. We also have a little fun giveaway, but it's more of a competition. We have 3 clown nose Roger Goodell towels for the top 3 finishers in the pound on the big board. One of many tournaments. So that's something fun. A little competition there.
That's awesome.
Guys, thank you again. Hope you have a great night. Pounders.